Guys, this is Among Trees. It's an open world survival game, but it is in very, very early access. And I thought I'd pick it up, have a look at it, see what it's like, see if it has potential, and what do you actually do. Well, you start off outside a little kind of shack, which is yours, and you can expand that shack. You can expand a crafting area, a kitchen area, a greenhouse. It also has a place for storing stuff as well, like a storage area where you have some crates. Now, you yourself have 4 stats that you need to keep an eye on. There's your sleep, there's your health, there's your hunger, and your temperature. The game has a day-night cycle, and through the night it gets extremely cold, even though it doesn't really look cold when you walk. I mean, your hood frosts up, if you know what I mean. But the actual forest doesn't look like it's covered in frost or anything like that. And basically you need to get back to your house or put up a tent. You can put campfires up there as well and try to keep as warm as you possibly can. Now, the food that you eat also has different values. When you're eating food, you've got to look at whether it's going to give you a lot of health, whether it's going to give you a lot of heat and stuff like that. And one of the cool things about this is the actual way you make food, because there's loads of different ingredients, raw ingredients that you pick up from the woods. You can also grow your own stuff. You get seeds and you can grow stuff in the greenhouse. Some of the stuff, not all, but some of the stuff that you grow you can't actually find out in the world. You can't find it naturally growing in the wild. Some of it you can, like the beets. And what happens is, as you get out foraging and growing, you'll get all kinds of different ingredients, and you can mix all them together to kind of like get the right stats on the food that you want. You might want some food that gives you a big boost in temperature, or you might want some food that gives you a big boost in health. So you kind of work out what you want to do, and I think that's a really neat touch. And cooking's easy. You just add the different ingredients and make sure there's enough sticks in the oven to keep the fire going. The crafting bench, you craft all kinds of stuff in this game, but you have to have the blueprint for it. You find the blueprint out in the world, and once you've you learn that blueprint, I guess, you can then craft that item, providing, of course, you have the right materials. And finding the materials, you've got to go out there looking for it. You'll find like what looks like wrecked hunter towers, and you'll find boxes and bonfires that you can rummage through, and you make a lockpick and you can pick locks on crates and stuff, and you find different raw materials that you can build into other materials which build into others. And you've done it all before in any kind of survival game. Now, as for danger, well, we've already mentioned the dangers of the night, the frost, but there's also giant bears. Now, when I say giant bears, I mean these are 30 feet high. It's crazy, it's ridiculous. And you get a warning that you're being spotted and that you have to crouch or you'll be charged by this bear. So you crouch in the long grass, but if the bear sees you, if you get too close, it will charge you, knock you over, do a load of damage to you. And it then kind of paralyzes itself. So it just like stands there doing nothing for about 5 seconds, which gives you enough time sometimes to crouch and scuttle off into the long grass and hopefully get away. If not, it'll charge you again, and that's it, you're dead. And when you die, you lose everything that you had, right back to your last save essentially. So save often. Now, it looks nice. I mean, the world looks nice. It's not massive, the map. You can go from one end to the other in a day cycle of the game. It's not huge, but it's not small at the same time. There's fishing as well that you can do, which is fucking annoying and bugged, may I add. But it's really just boring. And I found a lot of the game boring. Once you've unlocked everything and you've built everything, the game just kind of grinds to a embarrassing halt. But let's be honest, guys, it's still in early access, and I'm assuming that what we have in the game now is just the basic bare bones footage, because it needs a hell of a lot more. It needs so much more content. You can't build any kind of weapons that I could find. I couldn't trap any animals and stuff like that. I didn't do everything in the game. There is some loot next to a bear, where the bears are, but in order to get there, you kind of have to create this camouflage outfit in your sewing area, and to do that I need a few more fish. But fishing in this game is so damn boring and kind of hard as well. It's just fishing is just, no, I'm not doing it anymore. It's just ridiculous, the fishing. So I didn't get to see what that was. But hey, the amount of hours put into this game, way too many for what it is. So I just thought I'd just give you the heads up on what it is. At the minute, it's £16. At the minute, I do not think it's worth jumping into it. It does look nice. It's kind of a relaxing kind of survival game, as opposed to something like The Long Dark that's a high energy, frantic bloody fight for survival. This doesn't give you any of that. This is kind of just like a stroll in the woods survival game. It has potential, this game, and hopefully when they've added a lot more content, a hell of a lot more danger, weapons, you definitely want weapons, you definitely need traps and things like that, then hopefully it will be a hell of a lot better to play. But at the moment, it's a bit of a walk in the trees, guys. That's all it is. Just a walk in the trees.